In business since 2003, Cumberland Tractor can also help you source any implement or accessory you may want or need for the best service and the best pricing. Visit them anytime at 658 Middleborough Road, just off Route 368.
Or sign the balance tennis racket on your thumb.
www.cumberlandtractor.ca. Are you a business owner looking to improve your income? Do you have problems finding dependable employees? Don't miss the Mark Wafer Breakfast, the business case for hiring persons with disabilities. Mark Wafer is the owner of 6 Tim Hortons franchises in Ontario, and over the past 18 years has hired people with disabilities in all aspects of his business. The Mark Wafer Breakfast, Tuesday, June 16th, 8 a.m. at the Dr. Carson and Mary Murray Community Center in Spring Hill. This event is for employers and human resources personnel, and there's no cost to attend. The first 100 registered will receive breakfast, a maximum of 2 participants from each company. Call Kansa for more details and to register. 902-661-1509, extension 0. Sponsored by the Town of Amherst and the Municipality of Cumberland, Spring Hill and Area Chamber of Commerce, Kansa, the Amherst Lions Club, Tim Hortons in Spring Hill, and CFTA 107.9.
Dale's Department Store, downtown Amherst, with 10 departments of quality merchandise. Dale's is a truly unique shopping destination with 3 floors of shopping pleasure. Check out their newest department, Coffee and Company, featuring local and Canadian-made products, including organic fair trade Laughing Whale coffee and freshly baked treats. Dale's Department Store, where the floors creak and the smiles are genuine.
Congratulations to the latest weekly winner in CFTA's Lucky Listener Lotto, Dawn Estabrooks, number 882. Make a $50 contribution to CFTA and get your ticket for a chance to win $500. There are a limited number of tickets left for the remaining 30 draws. CFTA Lucky Listener Lotto tickets are available at the Amherst Train Station Artisan Gallery in the Amherst Center and at CFTA's new studios at 80 Church Street.
Just occurred to me that taking you for granted is a silly thing. I've always needed. It's you I'm depending on. With you I can't go wrong. It's always been so easy.
just 10 minutes away or so from news, weather, and sports. Jeff's commentary is coming up following the news as well, and that is on banning flavored tobacco.
Simplify your life. Whether you're planning for yourself or a loved one, make just one call for all your funeral, reception, and cremation arrangements. Pre-planning with Campbell's Funeral Home in Amherst ensures your wishes are met, while providing comfort to your loved ones, knowing the decisions have been taken care of. Start planning today. Call Campbell's Funeral Home at 902-667-9906. We are family-owned and proudly Canadian. We are community-minded and proud sponsor of Tentramar Community Radio.
The Salvation Army thrift stores in Amherst and Spring Hill are in need of more volunteers to help sort and display donated items and operate the cash register. They also need male volunteers to help keep the yard and shed organized and to help carry heavy clothing bags. Volunteer applications can be picked up at the Amherst Thrift Store at 66 West Victoria Street, Monday to Friday, 9 till 3 p.m., and at the Spring Hill Thrift Store at 101 Main Street, Monday to Friday, 10 till 3 p.m. You may also call the Amherst Thrift Store at 902-667-5882 or the Spring Hill Thrift Store at 902-597-2130 or call Linda at 902-667-1574 or 902-597-3954 for more information. The sales from the Salvation Army thrift stores are needed to help folks in Cumberland County, and they depend entirely on volunteers to help keep these stores operating. This message brought to you by Tantramar Community Radio.
CFTA 107.9 would like to thank these generous sponsors for their support of community radio.
The town of Sackville, the cultural crossroads of the Maritimes. Bundy Bay Tractors, serving the agricultural industry since 1954. JG Jewelers, 91 Victoria Street, Amherst. Locally owned and operated.
You can become a Tantramar Community Radio sponsor or advertiser by contacting Bev Esterbrooks at 902-664-4578 or email her at bev.cfta@eastlink.ca.
Someday soon, I'm gonna become someone. Eat the fruits of labor. 'Cause I work so hard, day and night I see the stars. Wanna make it one day. I know I'll try, I'll make
news on CFTA 107.9.
Periods of rain this afternoon, 5 to 10 millimeters with a high of 7. 6 degrees at 12 noon. I'm Sam Hunt with CFTA News for Pizant Home Hardware Building Center, Sackville.
Pizant Home Hardware Building Center in Sackville, helping homeowners with expert advice. Home hardware building centers are 100% Canadian owned, with 100,000 different items available. They offer a complete range of both hardware store and building center products, and also feature giftware and seasonal items. Home hardware building centers are perfect for your project, gift idea, or everyday household item. Drop by to see Darren at Pizant Home Hardware Building Center on Mallard Drive in Sackville.
High school students and academics will be joining the Nature Conservancy of Canada today to tackle some problems along conservation lands located at Nova Scotia's Northumberland Strait. 36 students and faculty from Pugwash District High School will help NCC staff remove glossy buckthorn trees, an invasive species that is outcompeting and shading out native trees at the Pugwash River estuary. While in the forests, the students will also learn how to identify trees, plants, and bird species. This afternoon, students will be checking traps set by the Nature Conservancy of Canada to capture green crabs that are destroying eelgrass beds in the area. The students will handle the green crabs, identify their sex, measure the green crabs, and take blood samples from them. These blood samples will then be analyzed to determine how pathogens being transferred from green crabs are impacting lobsters. Participating today will be Dr. Fraser Clark of the University of Prince Edward Island and Dalhousie University, along with Friends of the Pugwash Estuary. Motorists can expect some traffic disruptions along one of Amherst's major thoroughfares starting this week. Work crews will begin preparing for a major reconstruction of East Victoria Street from Herbert to Rupert Street. The street will be closed for the duration of the project, beginning Wednesday, continuing until approximately July 28th. During that time, traffic will be detoured using Rupert, Prince Arthur, and Acadia Streets. Town Deputy CAO Jason McDonald told the Amherst News officials from the town went door to door, talking to residents and hosting a public information session Thursday. The project is budgeted at $466,000. It's the latest major infrastructure project being carried out by the town and includes replacing water and sewer lines as well as repaving the street. Nails are still appearing in potatoes around Atlantic Canada, with the latest turning up in a potato salad in Woodville, Nova Scotia. Police say the nail was noted in a potato salad purchased in a community barbecue on Sunday night. The potato salad was made by King's Processing in Middleton, and the firm is working with the Mounties to determine its original source. No one was injured in the weekend incident. A lawyer says hair samples used as evidence of drug and alcohol abuse in dozens of open child protection cases in Nova Scotia should be re-examined, because the Toronto lab that tested the samples is under review for using questionable methods. The Hospital for Sick Children's Mother Risk Laboratory, a Toronto-based drug testing lab, was shut down in April following an investigation by the Toronto Star. Ontario's Attorney General has ordered a wide-ranging review looking into the reliability of the lab's methods for hair strand drug and alcohol testing. The Ontario review includes hair test results used as evidence in child protection and criminal proceedings in the province between 2005 and 2015. Children's aid societies in Ontario have been told not to use results provided by the lab. The Nova Scotia government has not issued a similar directive in the province, where there are 49 open child protection cases that are using the lab tests as evidence. And a long-standing boundary dispute between Canada and the U.S. has become more complicated because of changes in the lobster fisheries industry. The two countries have disagreed for decades about who owns Tiny Machias Seals Island and the lucrative 700 square kilometer lobster grounds around it. In the past, local fishermen based in Cutler, Maine and Grand Manan Island, New Brunswick, have feuded over the area, but have been able to sort out their differences informally. Now, New Brunswick's fisheries minister and one main industry representative say local solutions are more difficult, with non-Grand Manan Canadians acquiring license to fish in the area. Fisheries Minister Rick Doucette says some of the boats coming over from Nova Scotia have upped the ante a little bit. Doucette's constituency includes Cranmanan. Kristen Porter, a cutlet fisherman and board member of the Maine Lobstermen's Association, agrees, saying non-local Canadian owners who acquire licenses but don't fish themselves don't have the same rapport with their Maine counterparts. In sports, the Stanley Cup Finals gets underway Wednesday night between the Blackhawks and Lightning and will feature Tampa Bay's #1 offense in the NHL versus the league's second-best defense of Chicago. In the majors, R.A. Dickey and the Toronto Blue Jays had their interleague opener against the Washington Nationals postponed by rain last night. The teams will play a day-night doubleheader today, with Dickey pitching the opener at 2 o'clock Atlantic. Marco Estrada throwing for the nightcap. The Fundy Youth Soccer Under-14 girls opened their season in Highland Soccer League with an away game in Truro. They fell in that game 1-0. Their first home game will be Thursday, June 25th at 6:30 p.m. at Amherst Regional High School. CFTA weather watch, periods of rain this afternoon, 5 to 10 millimeters, high 7. Rain continuing this evening, 10 to 15 millimeters, low 5. Showers Wednesday, 2 to 4 millimeters, high 9. Thursday sunny, high 19. Friday sunny as well, high 20. This is CFTA News for Bazant Home Hardware, Building Center, Sackville.
Now with his daily commentary, here's Jeff DeGaz.
The Nova Scotia government made history on Sunday, becoming the first jurisdiction in the world to ban flavored tobacco products, and it was fitting that the new regulations came into effect on World No Tobacco Day. New Brunswick isn't far behind. That government moved Friday to introduce similar legislation, but the ban would not go into effect until January of 2016. Both provinces should be commended for the stand they're taking. Any measures that can be taken to discourage people from taking up the habit while also preventing chronic diseases and lowering our healthcare costs is a step in the right direction. As Nova Scotia Health Minister Leo Glavine said last week, the introduction of flavored tobacco was all about marketing to the next generation and getting them to experiment. We all know how highly addictive nicotine is and how the tobacco industry will go to any length to sustain their profitability at the expense of those who have fallen victim to this habit. It's not surprising that Big Tobacco is using its muscle to try and intimidate the province with threats of a lawsuit. Imperial Tobacco of Canada says it will challenge the legislation on the grounds that Nova Scotia exceeded its legal authority with the ban. Nova Scotia's health minister argues it's his job and that of the government to protect the health of Nova Scotians. There is one downside to this legislation, and it is the impact it has on small convenience store owners in the province. They're being severely penalized by the quick turnaround with the new law. The businesses were given only 14 days to clear their inventory. One store owner suggested the government should have been thinking less about the public relations by fast-tracking the ban to coincide with World No Tobacco Day, and more about the hardship it was creating for business. The convenience store operators have a legitimate point. After all, New Brunswick is giving businesses and consumers 7 months to make the adjustments. The end result of this legislation, though, is positive. It takes us another step closer to discouraging the next generation from taking up a habit that has led to the premature deaths of too many Canadians. I'm Jeff DeGans.
The preceding commentary does not necessarily represent the opinions of the staff and management of CFTA 107.9. Equal time is available for opposing points of view. Please call the station at 902-660-1079 or email cfta@eastlink.ca.
And now the daily funeral notices on CFTA. It is with sadness that we must announce the passing of Polly Bonner Clark, 79, of Spring Hill. Polly passed away surrounded by her loving family on Sunday, May 31st at the Cumberland Regional Healthcare Center. Arrangements have been entrusted to A.H. Brown Funeral Service, 5 McFarland Street, Spring Hill, where visiting hours will take place Wednesday from 2 to 4 and 6 to 8 p.m. The funeral service for the late Polly Bonner Clark will be held at A.H. Brown Funeral Home on Thursday, June 4th at 2 p.m. Reverend Don Ledger officiating. A light lunch will be served at the funeral, followed by burial in the Mapleton Cemetery. Condolences may be sent to the family by visiting Polly's online memorial at www.brownsfuneralhome.com or through the Funeral Home Facebook page. And it is with great sadness that we announce the unexpected passing of Bert Michaels. Bert passed away at the QE2 Hospital in Halifax, May 31st. Arrangements for the late Bert Michaels have been entrusted to Furlong Jones Funeral Home, 70 Church Street, Amherst, where visitation will be held from 12 to 2 p.m. Wednesday, June 3rd, and followed immediately at 2 by a celebration of Bert's life. Condolences may be sent to the family by visiting Bert's online memorial at www.furlongjones.ca or through the Funeral Home's Facebook page.
Hi, my name is Tim Jones of Furlong Jones Funeral Home, Amherst and River Hibbert. Furlong Jones Funeral Home is proud to sponsor the daily funeral notices here on CFTA Radio. We are Amherst's only privately owned and operated funeral home. Our full-service website allows you to view obituaries, order flowers, visit the showroom, access information on pre-planning, grief support, monuments, and more. You may also sign up to be notified each time a new obituary is added to the website. Contact us anytime at 667-8777 or by visiting www.furlongjones.ca, making funerals more affordable.
This is CFTA 107.9, Tangimer Community Radio.
Last night, as I got home, about 10:30, there was a woman I thought I knew in the arms of another man. I kept my cool, I didn't know. Let me tell you what happened then. I packed some clothes and I walked out, and I ain't going back again. So take a letter
Always trying to balance a tennis racket on your thumb. Thank you.